Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. So you finally decided to start a Twitch channel. Congratulations, I'm proud of you. You no longer have any mental blocks and you're ready to take on whatever comes your way. But before you start, there are a few things that you might need to consider before actually hitting the record button. Today I'll be talking about 7 things you need before starting a Twitch channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Chris. I stream on Twitch every Tuesday and Friday. You can find the links in the description below. You can come by and say hi or just chill, join the mob. With that said, let's get into the video. The first thing you need is a webcam. I have talked about the benefits of having a webcam in my previous video. You can check it out if you want. I'll leave the links in the description below. No one is gonna come to your stream unless you bring something new. If they want to see gameplay, they can find it anywhere else, especially YouTube. Sure, it can be done, but it's not recommended, especially for beginners. You need to give them something else, something unique, and that something is you. I also recommend buying a clamp for your webcam. That way you can put it anywhere it's convenient for you, not just the generic center top position of your monitor. You can find it fairly cheap either on Amazon or eBay or any place really. I personally like to put it on the side because I wanted to capture a bit of everything: my desk, my face, my monitor, and others. The second thing you need is a microphone. And I'm not talking about the built-in microphone from a webcam because that's, let's admit it, it's just garbage. If you have a webcam, go do yourself a favor and buy a decent microphone. It doesn't need to be expensive, just a $50 one would work. Before starting on Twitch, I did some research and the statistics are in favor of the audio, meaning that whoever's coming to your stream would stay for longer if they had good quality audio and not so good video quality rather than vice versa. For those of you who have RTX cards, you're in luck because you can use RTX Voice from Nvidia. This is a game changer when it comes to background noise. It literally removes everything from the background, from doors opening to keyboard clacking, especially mechanical ones. I was a bit reluctant at first. I mean, come on, the keyboard is right next to the microphone. It's impossible for the sounds to be completely removed. But I was curious enough to try it and the results were like amazing. I was almost stomping on the keyboard and none of the sounds were picked up by the microphone. That's just wow. Number 3 is really important and no one should ever ignore it, and that is smashing the like button if you haven't done that already. It really helps this channel a lot and it tells me whether you actually like this type of content so I can make more of this. Now back to business. Number 3 is actually lights. Lights are really important for any video you're making, whether that's vlogging or even streaming. If you stay in a dark room with no natural light or it's dark everywhere, you need lights. If you're doing just gameplay, you would only have a small box that's basically your webcam and an even smaller area that contains your face. You will need something to make your face stand out because people usually look at your reactions while you play something, and if you have bad lighting, they won't know whether you're bored or scared or happy or anything, so they'll lose interest and just leave. And as a small streamer, that's the last thing you need. Sure, the light rooms could work as well, but the shadings are gonna be all over the place and the quality of the stream is going to be questionable. They don't need to be expensive. Now, I'm not talking about buying the Elgato ones. Anything goes at this point, as long as you have a light on your face. The fourth thing you need is OBS, and this actually should have been number 1 because without it, you actually cannot stream. OBS stands for Open Broadcast Software, and there are a couple softwares out there like XSplit, OBS, Streamlabs. I personally use Streamlabs OBS because it has everything integrated within a single software, from alerts to labels, CloudBot, and other widgets. Now, this in itself deserves a video on its own because there is a lot to cover, but I'm gonna go through the bare minimum. Now, the first step is to obviously install it. After you've installed it, you will need to connect your Twitch account. Then you will need to create a scene. A scene is basically what it says. It's a place where you put all your inputs in one place. Your desktop, your webcam, your gameplay, everything. To that scene, you will need to add your webcam input. That is, if you have a webcam. If not, please go check number 1 again from this video. And the second one is your gameplay, which can be anything from display capture to window capture all the way to game capture. Display capture is basically your desktop. If your game is full screen, then display capture will show your entire screen, which is going to be your game. But if you're playing borderless or at a lower resolution, that might not be the best scenario because the entire desktop is being shown and you might have some margins that you don't want to show. The second option would be window capture. That's to record a specific window, which is going to be your game. The only downside to that is that you will need to set it up every time you open up Streamlabs. And the last option would be game capture, which automatically detects whatever game you're playing. But for me personally, it didn't work as expected. More often than not, it wouldn't pick up the game, or it wouldn't pick up anything at all. Either it's because I've been playing old games and the software does not support them, or it doesn't recognize them as being a game. But alas, if I were to recommend any of these three options, I will go with the window capture. And you're done. Now I can go live. But not before I go to number 5. And I know this is gonna be a pretty obvious one, and please don't close the video for saying this, but here it comes. The 5th thing is opening a Twitch account. And before you leave the video, let me just make my point. It's not just having the account itself. Now, I'm not talking about going to Twitch, signing up and opening an actual account. No, that's obvious, and I'm not gonna go through that. The things that I'm actually talking about is the details you find within a Twitch channel. Whenever someone comes to your Twitch page, the first things they see is your profile pic and your banner. Afterwards, they would see your About Me page, your schedule, your videos, and so on. So in order to not have a boring page, you will need to set up those panels. The panels I'm talking about is the About Me, the rules, and any other things you might find relevant, like social platforms, other places they might want to connect with you. While this isn't as important as my previous point, it's still pretty important if you want to start Twitch as a business and not just as a hobby. If you're seriously thinking of opening a Twitch account for business purposes, having your Twitch channel look professional from the start may boost your channel and stand out. The next thing is alerts. Now, what are alerts? They are a way of letting people know that something has happened, whether that someone followed you or donated some money or even bought some merch. Alerts basically puts their name on your stream, letting the others know that, hey, I did this, whatever that is, following, donating, buying, and encourages others to do the same because they feel acknowledged. It's an instant gratification for their efforts and is the quickest way of thanking them for doing what they just did. If, for example, you don't have any alerts set up and someone came to your stream and donated $5, nothing would show up, and it all seems like whatever they did made no difference because no one knows. So they won't do it again, and because of that, they might just leave. So as I've said, alerts are really important. I would say even the most important, because ultimately whatever you're doing for the audience, not yourself. So please set up your alerts, don't go without them. And my last point is patience. Before starting on this journey, make sure you come equipped with lots and lots of patience, because Twitch is for the long run. This is important for you to not get demotivated. Even if you have everything perfectly set up and no one's showing to your stream, you have like 0 viewers for the past 5 streams, don't get demotivated. That's gonna pass. It's just a phase we all go through. You may not see results in the first few weeks, in the first few months, but you will see results someday. Even if you don't have everything perfectly set up, this gives you room for improvement. Try different things. See what works best. Ask for feedback from your friends. And if you think all of this is overwhelming, don't quit. Take it slower. Take baby steps. This reminds me of a saying that goes like, you can always quit, so why quit now? Quitting is easy. You just give up and forget about it. But it's harder to actually fail times and times again until you actually succeed. Give it time. Have patience with yourself. Okay guys, these were my 7 things that you need to consider before seriously starting a Twitch channel. I hope this video helps, and I really hope you manage to open your own Twitch account and become a great streamer. I believe in you. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and if there are any important things that you think I've missed, please let me know in the comment section below and I can address them in a separate video maybe. Also make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss any of my new videos. Until next time, peace.